Well, my first little job this fine morning is to pull the rest of my garlic. I've already probably harvested about 50%, so now it's time to get the rest out. I harvested 10 days earlier last year, but we had a slow, not so nice start to our spring. It looks like I'm brutally pulling these out here, and I am, I guess, but I've never had one tear on me or split from doing this, so it's easier for me. My soil's nice and loose, but of course use a fork or a trowel if you're concerned about the compactness of your soil. Well, that's another crop harvested. That's all the garlic is now out. I'll just leave them to air dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to pile them all together actually and do a count. It just helps me to know what I'm going to save from these, how many I have to get me completely through a year. I have left 1, 2, 3 little ones because I'm going to overwinter those, see what happens. This is my one funny one who was trying to regrow as is, so I should have left this one in, maybe. But the good thing is, caught them all in good timing. None of them have split, and yet they've reached, I guess, their maximum size, you would say. Quite pleased with those. And now I have 2 empty beds, sort of. I mean, I've throughout the season interplanted some carrots, chard, what's that? Celery and eggplant. So, oh, and there's a squash. So I'll leave those, but I've got lots of space in between and certainly a lot more down there to get some seedlings I've started in. While I've been at the garlic, the fellows have been pulling. We had a big tall tree that was dead completely for many years. We've been staring at it actually, so they decided to cut it down for firewood. I've recently done a video on best time to harvest your garlic, so I won't go into that today. You can check that out. Going to dump these out, bring out the ones that I harvested earlier, and do my count. Well, another day where it was supposed to rain and it didn't. The sky this morning, earlier, even looked as if it was going to rain. So now it's just gorgeous sunshine. Garlic is harvested. I'm going to do the count. I know there's a lot less than I planted 200, but one of the beds, 1/3 of it, had been tunneled out, I later discovered, by a mouse. And the same thing I suspect occurred to a little less than 1/3 of another one. So that's quite a few cloves that didn't come up. However, they all look really nice. One of my concerns planting first time ever in the beds as opposed to in ground was I just didn't know. Were they going to rot out? Would they be protected enough? I didn't mulch them, and I probably should have. So I had concerns because they always do so great for me in the in-ground bed. However, the bulbs themselves couldn't be better. They're absolutely gorgeous. Those that I did get. So I'll give them a count. We'll see what we ended up with. I'm sure it's enough to get me through a year. Well, there we have a final count of 165. So that means I lost 35 to the darn little mouse. Will I plant in the beds again? Probably, because they're just beautiful anyway. And it's part of the rotation. I think I just have to. But losing 35 was not good. But then again, I'm always losing to those mice. But aren't they beautiful? Smelling lovely. So it will certainly get me through a year. I mean, that's, I don't know how many a week. I can't do my math. So very, very pleased. Lovely, big harvest. And now all I do is stuff them. And I stuff them into boxes without trying not to keep the heads touching, where they will cure for 2 weeks minimum, probably 3. They're very large heads. And so this is the mess my garage will look for the next little while. Well, I think it's beautiful. Well, I think we're all going to take a break for a moment. I've got 2 lovely heads of lettuce I'm going to pick, and I'll make a nice salad for us. And then we're all probably going to get back out here again and carry on with our day. I've got to keep up on top of the beans for one thing, I know that. So let's get that lettuce. These onions, I've just got to mention, I'm so impressed with them. I was in the hardware store. It was past, onion planting time here, so they had on sale green onion sets. Never did them before. And there was 100 in the bag, and I probably paid $2 for them. So, boy, do I love these. And if you leave them in the ground, they just keep growing too. Gorgeous white yellow onion bulb. So many uses. Has green onions, keep them in the ground, they just keep on going. Is lovely. Well, this will be a salad onion for today. Let's go see what the fella's accomplished by cutting down that old dead tree. Well done. So no doubt we'll have a lovely fire this evening in the fire pit. Well, that's all. Take care. We'll see you soon.